Those on?
Yeah.
See if that comes up.
All right, my friends.
Miss Schnexer,
Yes.
I believe TA is waiting in the waiting room on his
There
computer.
you go. I just saw him pop up. All right,
you are.
everyone.
All right, I'm going to
Can
jump
we-
off of this one. Yeah. Sorry, son. Thank you.
We all need a little help sometimes. Perfect. All right. Welcome, everyone, to our 5th annual Dolphin Tank event. For those of you that are new to this event, you haven't heard of it or you have not been able to attend in the past, you are in for an amazing time, I assure you. My name is Becky Schnexer. I'm the lower school science specialist here at Cape Henry Collegiate, and this is our 5th year doing this particular event. So Dolphin Tank is the culminating event for a large project that our 5th graders complete every year. This project is called a geo-inquiry project. So our students started actually on January 2nd, the day we returned from winter break. We started this project as 5th graders. Every single 5th grader here at Cape Henry Collegiate were in charge of forming teams, investigating local environmental issues, collecting data, contacting local community experts in the field of the problem that they were looking to solve, creating and implementing an environmental action plan here locally. And on top of all of that, as if that wasn't enough, I know what you're thinking. Are you serious? They did all that? Yes, and they did even more. They also, after completing that environmental action plan right here in Virginia Beach, they then had to dream up an invention to also solve this problem that involves future technology. Not only did they have to dream big, think of an invention idea, but they also had to create a 3D prototype in Tinkercad. And usually we print those out so we can have physical prototypes for them to display. Now this year, as we all know, 2020 has thrown us a few curveballs, but you know what? We're not striking out. We are still here. So instead of presenting in person like we normally do on our campus, right in this very room where I am, we are presenting online. We're live streaming this year, which is incredibly exciting, a little bit stressful, but mostly super exciting that we can actually share this program with a larger audience, especially our entire Cape Henry Collegiate community and our families who may be near, but it's possible that they are far. So this gargantuan project, like I said, started on January 2nd. This time last week, every 5th grader, all 14 teams, presented their project for the first time for a different panel of judges. They were all scored on the same rubric, and the top 4 projects were selected to present specially for you tonight. So these are the top 4 scoring projects from our entire 5th grade. And when I tell you that the competition was tight, it was so incredibly challenging. Every project was absolutely amazing. And you tonight are in for a treat because you see the top 4. Now, tonight is going to go a little something like this. Our 4 teams are going to present. We have an awesome panel of judges that I'm going to introduce to you in just a moment. They're going to be evaluating all of these projects. They're going to take a moment to deliberate, and then they are going to crown the Dolphin Tank champion for 2020. Now, this is year 5, and we knew it was going to be a big year, but we didn't know that this year we were going to be live streaming online. So it's a big year. It's our 5th anniversary. And now we've opened up our event to the entire internet, which is super exciting. Now, I have to give a huge thanks to our panel, who I'm going to introduce to you in just a moment. I have 6 incredibly amazing volunteers. I would say I voluntold them. I sought them out because they are incredible supporters of the Cape Henry community and extremely important to me, and they support all of the work that I do. So those panel judges, which we are going to meet in just a moment, are Miss Cheryl Zistros, who's been here all 5 years, Miss Zelda Patrick, Mike Gianascali, who's also been here all 5 years, Jim Caritis, who's been here all 5 years, Trent Dudley, who's been here all 5 years, and Tom Atherton. And whether these individuals have been here all 5 years or just a portion of that, they are so amazing. And I am so lucky that every year I ask, and I might beg via email if they can volunteer their time and be with us. And every single year they say, absolutely. So thank you so much, Cheryl, Zelda, Mike, Jim, Trent, and Tom. Now, my students, I know you are super excited. Are you ready for Dolphin Tank? I know you are. So we're going to have our first amazing team. Our first team tonight presenting for all of you will be Kelly, Ava, and Gloria. All right. Kelly, Ava, Gloria, there we go.
Greetings. My name is Kelly.
Might be having some technical
Yeah,
difficulties. There we
can't
go.
hear her.
All right, Ava, are you there, Honey Bunch?
Yes, but I was muted.
Okay, perfect. All right, I think we're ready. You guys can go ahead and start again.
Greetings. My name is Kelly.
My name is Ava.
And my name is Gloria. We chose a question on the Virginia Beach beaches. Our geo-inquiry question is, how can we as fifth graders prevent our community from littering on the Virginia Beach beaches?
We did many things to help the ocean. The first thing we did was when we hung up flyers around Virginia Beach.
Another thing we did was make an Instagram and YouTube page so people from around the world would know that pollution is a problem. We also picked up trash at the oceanfront. Here's a map of where that trash was found.
As you can see, we picked up trash on 31st Street. We picked up a total of 91 pieces.
We've also prepared a pie chart of the different types of trash we picked up.
As you can see, plastic straws, and cigarettes are two of the most littered items on 31st Street.
We have also included an infographic about pollution in the ocean. Here it is.
By now, you'll probably be asking yourself, why is pollution a problem? Pollution has many reasons why it's a problem. Here's one of those reasons.
Trash takes clean, fresh water and pollutes it one piece at a time. 71% of the earth is made out of water. We only have about 1% of clean water to drink. Imagine what would happen if pollution takes over.
If you let pollution grow and grow, it could permanently damage our oceans and lakes and can dangerous for all living things.
That is one of the many reasons why pollution is a problem.
Now here's a video to inform you about some more facts on pollution.
Hi, I'm Gloria.
And I'm Kelly.
And I'm Ava, and this is the Channel 5 News.
Today we're going to tell you about the issue of pollution on the beaches.
We have interviewed a few local companies. Here's what we found out. We asked Buoy 44 and Dock Taylor's a couple of questions. Buoy 44, is located on Chicks Beach, and Dock Taylor's is located on 23rd Street in the oceanfront.
We asked them if they use plastic straws and plastic takeout bags. Buoy 44 uses all plastic, but Dock Taylor's uses paper straws and plastic bags.
We asked them if they recycle plastics, cardboard, etc. Both Buoy 44 and Dock Taylor's recycle. We asked Dock Taylor's if they would consider using paper carry-out bags. They said they would.
We also asked the Virginia Beach Aquarium a couple of questions.
We asked them what kinds of marine animals are being affected by plastic pollution. They told us all of them, big and small, by pollution in our oceans. After that, we asked them if they knew the most affected marine animal by plastic pollution. They told us that sea turtles are the most affected. They told us that they eat the plastic and it goes to their stomachs and then stays, and it makes them not hungry, so they don't eat and die.
We also asked them, why is it a problem? They said it's a problem because millions of animals are dying. They said that the product that is mostly littered is bottle cap.
Then we asked them if plastic pollution is somehow affecting climate change. Don't worry, it's not.
Another question we asked was how many animals are dying because of pollution, and the answer was too many to count.
Now, the last question. What beaches are being polluted? Our answer is mostly all of them. People pollute all around the world, and you can't always see it, but it's always there.
Now here are some fun facts, or not so fun facts. Did you know that plastic takes over 450 years to dissolve in the ocean?
Here's another fact. About 17.6 billion pounds of trash is dumped into our oceans each year. That's the equivalent to 57,000 blue whales.
Also, about 1 million marine animals die each year because of plastic in the ocean.
Thank you for watching the Channel 5 News.
5.
Have a great day. Remember to always please the seas.
Since this is Dolphin Tank, we have come up with a new invention to help this problem. We call it RFC, which stands for Recycling for Coins.
As you can see, we put a picture of a coin dispenser and a recycling bin together. Just so you know, the picture wasn't already like that. RFC will be put on the beaches and bays in Virginia Beach. The point of RFC is when people recycle into these cans, they get a nickel.
We think that people would be to recycle if they get something in return. Some people might try to get recycling materials around the beach to get money.
We should look and feel a lot better. You may be wondering what we can do to prevent pollution happening.
Well, we've got you covered. We could teach people to recycle instead of litter.
We could find alternatives to plastic items.
After your pet goes to the bathroom, you could pick up their droppings. You could also use biodegradable bags.
And spread awareness about this issue.
Think about all the innocent animals that are dying from humankind or not so kind.
If we all pitched in a little, we could make the world a better and cleaner place.
Ocean pollution is a curable, so that is why you should please the seas. Yes, we made that quote. Thank you for your time.
Are there any questions?
So where will you get the nickels? Like, as somebody, how will you raise the money that you're going to give to the people who recycle?
So nickels from donations
And fundraisers.
and fundraisers.
That's great.
What will you do with the trash that you collect in these bins?
It'll go out to regular garbage disposal.
So will you recycle it?
Yes, and there's trash cans. Oh yeah, you can.
There'll be recycling bins and trash cans. And there's usually no recycling bins on the beach. So we're just encouraging people to recycle and put trash in the trash cans because we don't want them to litter on the beaches.
I just noticed your t-shirt. Maybe you could sell those shirts to raise the nickels.
Yes.
So is there a schedule of when the recycled material be picked up from the beach?
Whenever it was full, I guess. Whenever it's full, then you just pick it up.
Yeah, we will check a couple days a week.
Do you have any ideas on how you're going to get people to stop using plastic? You've mentioned that you're going to ask them to stop. Do you have any ideas?
Well, we made the Instagram page and the YouTube page, and we're just like putting pictures and ideas for them to stop. And then the trash, we'll probably put up flyers about it. And as we said, we already did put up flyers about all the benefits of clean water.
Also on our Instagram page, sometimes we put up ideas for sustainable items. Using one-use plastics, people could use reusable things in their household.
So basically just telling them why it's wrong and telling them what you can do instead.
Great.
I'm having some audio problems, so you may have said it, but did you say how many of these containers you plan to put, or will they be on every street, or will they be?
Well, so on the beach, like every street, as you said, they have trash cans. So we are planning to put them on every street, like trash cans.
And are you going to try to, how are you going to pay for the trash cans? Or have you sought out a company that would make this type of container that you showed in your video or on your slideshow presentation?
I mean, I guess we could also just do fundraisers or donations.
Do you know how much it costs to make one of those trash cans?
We have searched up like how much it would be to buy the most expensive and the least expensive, and we're just going to try to do fundraisers and donations and just ask people that we know if they would like to help us.
Now you said something about bottle caps. I was kind of, like Mike, I was kind of having a hard time hearing, but did you say that was one of the biggest concerns that the Virginia Beach Aquarium had?
Well, we picked up trash at the oceanfront, and cigarettes and bottle caps and things like that were the most littered.
So how are we, if they're the worst, how are we addressing bottle caps and cigarette butts versus the other items that you had in your dispenser?
The bottle caps, I think they would go either in the trash or the recycling, so I guess it would just be kind of like the same.
And then the cigarette butts will have like this little ashtray that we plan to have in our blueprints.
So it'll be part of that multi-container coin thing. Yeah, okay.
All right, any final questions from our panelists?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you, ladies. That was fantastic. Kelly, Ava, and Gloria, excellent job. All right, our next group is going to be Marissa, Piper, and Peyton.
Marissa, Peyton, and I did our project on ghost nets.
This is our geo-inquiry question. How can we as 5th graders at CHC solve the problem of ghost nets getting tossed into the ocean at Chesapeake Bay and killing marine life? This is the second paragraph is explaining our first paragraph. These nets are invisible in the water and are very dangerous to all marine life. It is our job as 5th graders to inform people in our community about this problem because most people are not aware of this situation.
Our main problem is ghost nets. This is the main problem because many different animals eat or get choked or even die from these nets. We looked into the places where our problem is located, shown below: Virginia Beach Aquarium, Chesapeake Bay Wildlife Center, beach stores, and fishing net stores. What is the problem?
The problem is ghost nets.
Why is this a problem?
It is a problem because fishermen accidentally drop fishing nets into the water, and sometimes it is on purpose.
And where is this problem located?
It is located at the Chesapeake Bay and all around the world.
When is this a problem?
It is a problem when fishermen go fishing.
We were going to do our survey. We were going to do a pickup at Chesapeake Bay before all of the coronavirus stuff happened. We called places that were shown on slide 3 to ask about the problem of ghost nets.
These are our 2 picto charts. The one on your left shows pictures of animals that get stuck in ghost nets, and the one on your right shows pictures of what the ocean looks like now and what the ocean should look like, and the animals that get stuck in the nets.
This is about how many dolphins and sea turtles get stuck in ghost nets each year. There are about 10,000 dolphins that get stuck in ghost nets each year, and about 4,600 sea turtles that get stuck in ghost nets each year. We had to put dolphins and sea turtles on a separate slide because they don't show up very well in our next graph on the next slide.
As we were saying, sea turtles only have 0.2% of the graph, and dolphins have 0.4. That's why they're on the other page. Whales have 28.7% of the graph. Birds have 17.7% of the crabs the graph, and crabs have 53.0. Crabs also get stuck in crab pots, ghost pots too, so that's why their number has increased more.
How many ghost nets? How many ghost nets are in the water in 2020 versus how many ghost nets are in the water in 2015? 2020 have way more than 2015. 2015 has about 500,000 nets, and 2020 has about 600,000 ghost nets.
These are the items we used for our invention. We used a boat, water, hooks, a net, and a remote.
This is the before and after on our 3D model, and this is the boat that I created. And the after is on the next slide.
This is the after. This is what we think would happen in our invention. So there's still the boat, but there are hooks and a net attached to it. We think since the nets sometimes accidentally fall off the boats, that if you had a hook that would just connect each sides together, that it would stay on easier. And for future technology, we have a remote that you can extend the hooks farther down, and you can see how far you want it to. The hooks are an attachment for any boat. You have to buy them separately, so they won't just come on the boats.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to our project.
Any questions?
What are the ghost nets used for? I've never heard.
Ghost nets are used for like fishing offshore, or they're actually an abandoned net.
Okay. And so your hook would be on the net while the fishermen are using them?
Yeah, so they're like bigger nets. So like they're used for like catching multiple fish.
And when I showed you guys the picto chart, it showed the gill nets, they're lower and they're deeper in the ocean, so most people can't see them. So that's like another problem, similar to the ghost nets.
So the fishermen would have to purchase the hooks and then attach them to their boat. Is that what you're saying? And then the nets are hooked to the hooks when they go out to go fishing.
So yes. You're trying to prevent any more nets from being lost in the ocean.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So would the net have to be a much bigger net if it's still remains attached to the boat? Because aren't these nets tossed out and sink into the water typically?
Yes. We were more thinking of like commercial fishing.
Right. So a larger net would have to be used, but it would be hooked to these hooks on the fisherman's boat, yes, not specific.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes, but as we were saying, the hooks are able to, future technology, the hooks are able to extend into the water.
So it's
right.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a fishing rod, but like it like extends and it has like a hook at the end, and it just like shows and then the remote shows like how deep you want the net to go, or yeah.
So how much would the hooks cost or the remote, and how will you get the fishermen to be willing to buy them?
We were thinking about doing like the other team fundraisers and asking people we know, and we think it would cost around $50 or like $30 to like $50. We haven't really worked out a price yet because we were thinking about future technology.
Yeah, we weren't thinking now. This is just kind of like a thought that we had, and we just liked it really, so we just added it.
What are the nets attached to now? If you're suggesting using hooks to attach to that, what are they attached to now? How do you deploy the net into the water?
Right now, people are using their hands,
And
and sometimes they accidentally drop them. That's how they get abandoned in the water.
There's like strings attached to the ends.
And so the thinking of the hook that like holds the net, it's kind of like a hand in a way, so it can move in any direction. But when you use it, it's kind of like using hand, but it has more grip to it, so it's not really just like it's gonna slip out of it. I don't know. It's like so it has more grip to it, so like hold on to the net more than.
All right. Any last or final questions from our panel judges?
Not for me.
Yeah, you mentioned the Virginia Beach Aquarium and I think the Chesapeake Bay. I'm not sure what the other place was. Were those just places you went and you observed the nets, or did you just talk to them about the problem?
We talked to them about the problem and if they knew any information about the problem. So we just like called them, but then because of this whole like coronavirus thing, we weren't able to like set up a field trip about it.
All right, ladies. Thank you so much. Marissa, Piper, Peyton, awesome job. Thank you so much. We'll go to our third project for tonight, which is from AJ, Ronnie, and Nicholas.
Okay, let me just start screen share. Share. Send. Okay, got the slide ready.
Ronnie, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, Nicholas?
Yep, I'm all good here.
Hello, I'm AJ, and our problem that we decided to focus on is the dangers of balloon pollution. Most people don't know that laying a balloon to the sky can be very harmful. Balloons can harm so many sea and land animals. A balloon can be mistaken as food, and the animals will eat it, then they will choke on it and die. Balloon Pollution by AJ, Nicholas, and Ronnie. Here's some research funded by the National Oceanic and Atmosphere Administration. In Fisherman Island National Wildlife Refuge, the balloons were the third most common debris that was found. 283 balloons were found. In Grandview Natural Preserve, balloons were the seventh most common debris. 57 plastic/latex balloons were found. In Back Bay National Wildlife Refuge, balloons were the fifth most common debris. 99 latex/plastic balloons were found. In Chicoutimi National Wildlife Refuge, balloons were the most common debris. 210 latex/plastic balloons were found. Here are some results from the research funded by the NOAA. Plastic balloons were 4.0%. Bottle caps were 6.1%. Food wrappers were 3.7%. And other was 86.2%. This is a picture from the website Longwood University From another study on balloon litter from 5 beaches, they found 11,441 balloon pieces in total.
Now Nicholas goes.
We propose that we use ads and posters to start awareness of the problem that balloon releases cause. This will help because, as I said, it will spread awareness of the problem and help people realize the dangers of balloon releases and stop it from happening anymore.
Our invention limits the amount a balloon can go into the air when you tie a balloon string in the little hole at the top. Each ring can go up until they reach almost to the top of the ring below it, but they can't go through fully because the wall thickness of the top and bottom is a little bit thicker than the rest, so it can't go through fully. Our invention gives people a substitute for just letting a balloon go into the air. The production cost would be about $1.99 for each one. We're planning for it to be made out of high dense polyester or HDPE for short. And we calculate $1.99 because it's about 30 because per pound of HDPE is about 38 cents. It's about 38 cents, 38.39.
Ronnie, if you're not done, we have to show the map.
Okay, here's one of the places that was surveyed in the study mentioned over here. Is in Back Bay National Refuge. So now, do you have any questions?
So your device is like a weight to put on the string of the balloon. So if somebody was to let it go, it won't fly into the sky.
Yeah, but it'll also simulate a balloon going up because the rings would go up one by one, and it'll almost stimulate going up because when you just put a weight on it, it won't really even simulate going up. Kind of boring for a balloon. That's the whole point of the balloon. But for here, it would go up, simulating a balloon going up into the air, but it won't go completely into the air where it can't get it because it'll be attached.
How big is that device?
Yes.
The size of that?
It would be about, I'm pretty sure it would be about maybe not an inch, but I'm pretty sure it would be maybe around half a foot or something like that.
How high would it go up?
Well, that would depend on actually how many rings you can have. Here it would have 3, but you can have more. This is just showing you can have more depending on what the goal is or how high you want to go. You can maybe sell some that have 3 rings, some that have 4. And this is the extended form of it, where normally it would be, when it's not in use, it would just look like a cylinder with a little part on the top hanging out so you can put the balloon string through.
And you're going to make it out of plastic?
Yeah, specifically high dense polyester, or polyester, HDPE for short.
How will you make sure that people don't litter with the device too?
It's actually recyclable.
Okay.
You could
with this,
biodegradable.
You could
with
add,
this,
add a number of rings, right? You could just add a bunch of rings, and that would determine how high the balloon would go up.
Yes.
and would this device be sold to retailers so that when the customer goes to buy the balloon, they will automatically have this attachment to put on it before the customer leaves the store with the balloons?
Or we can have it like an extra little thing where you can buy it for like a few more dollars. Or when you buy like a packet of balloons, you can have some extra ones with it.
But mainly since you can kind of customize, or not customize it, but the different variations depending on how many tubes there are and how big you want it to be, then it's not then it might just be like having an option where you can choose it. But having it brought up if you buy a balloon, we can find that out with stores. We can make an agreement.
So for it to simulate a balloon going up, like the string of the balloon travels from the bottom and kind of then travels up to the next one, up to the next one. So it just keeps moving up the rings, and depending on how many rings you have.
Yeah, and it can't go up through because, as I mentioned, the wall thickness in the top and the bottom is a little bit bigger than the rest of it. So they kind of like clash a little bit, like when it tries to go up fully.
I think the string is attached just to the top one, right?
Yeah, you tie it on.
Tie it on, right?
Because you see there's a little hole right here. And I'm not sure why there's a slight line on here. It's simple, but it doesn't have to be complicated.
Any more questions?
All right, great job, Ronnie, AJ, and Nicholas. Thank you so much. Ronnie, if you can stop sharing your screen, we can get our final project up for the night. We have Devin, Nicholas, Jocelyn, Sophia, and Garrison.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello. Jocelyn, Sophia, Devin, Nicholas, and I chose the topic of light pollution because it is a project here in Virginia Beach.
Light pollution is the brightening of the night sky caused by streetlights and other human-created sources, which has a disruptive effect on humans, wildlife, and the circadian rhythms of the human body. And this also ruins the observation of stars and planets.
At the beginning of our project, we came up with the geo-inquiry question. It is, how can we as fifth graders at Cape Henry Collegiate help solve light pollution in Virginia Beach?
So there's a little video.
We made a group video of the process of our project.
Can we hear the audio? Is it?
I was just going to ask the same question.
Sorry, I think it's just a technical thing.
We can try replaying the video one more time.
Just make sure that you have the audio on real quick. Sorry about that.
The video summarizes the entire project though, so it'll be presented in the slideshow. Maybe the audio string.
Hey, Sophia, is it your screen that we're sharing right now?
Yes.
Okay, do me a favor. Let's restart your video and let's make sure that your volume on your computer is all the way up. And then as a backup, what I'm going to do is find it on my YouTube if we need to share it that way. Okay, so try one more time and then I'm going to check my.
Is that better?
No. Still can't hear it.
Yeah, I still can't hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear it, Sophia?
Yeah, sorry about that.
We apologize for this.
Okay, why don't you do this? I'm going to go on my YouTube and I'm going to find the video so you guys can, I'll share my screen so you can play it. While you're waiting, why don't you guys continue with your presentation and then we'll come right back to that video.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes. The flyers.
Sophia, you can share it again. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
We decided to hang up flyers around the school informing students and teachers about this problem.
Types of light pollution and how it is caused. The excessive use of artificial light, also known as light pollution, can cause serious issues for humans and wildlife. Different segments of light pollution include
Glare, excessive light that causes visual problems. Sky glow, brightening of the sky by artificial light. Light trespass, light coming where it is not wanted/needed. Clutter, bright and excessive groupings of light sources. Light pollution has many sources, such as offices, factories, and especially streetlights. Most of the light is completely unnecessary.
We contacted
Oops.
Dr. Muj-Uren Unal, Michael Allen, and the Dark Sky Association. Dr. Muj-Uren Unal and Michael Allen did not have any information that we did not already know. Although the Dark Sky Association was able to direct us to the website to give us some information about light pollution.
Alrighty, I think that the video should be ready now.
First, let's do the video.
It should be ready
by now. So do the video, please.
All right, let me get that queued up for you.
Sorry about the technical difficulties.
That's okay, this happens.
Got a few of them.
All right, let's get to that video. All right, can you guys see the video on my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. I'll make it big and I'll start that for you.
Okay.
Beginning of our project, we started off by asking ourselves, what could we do to help Virginia Beach? We all looked very hard, and then we all agreed on the idea of light pollution.
Nicholas and Devin told Sophia, Jocelyn, and me about light pollution and its causes and effects.
So we looked hard and long on the internet for proof that it is a problem in Virginia Beach. Suddenly, Jocelyn and I found great information on DV.com.
Then we contacted some community experts, Dr. Muj-Uren Unal, Michael Allen, and the Dark Sky Association.
Then we emailed Dr. Muj-Uren Unal. Sophia, Nicholas, and I started working on our infographic.
Ms. Nexter gave Devin and I a light meter to measure the lights of CHC.
Here's what a light meter looks like.
And when you measure the light, it measures an LUX, like numbers on the lab quest.
The infographic.
We made 100 copies of flyers and handed them out at Hardee's, Harris Teeter, and put them in our neighbor's mailbox.
Devin started working on the print. We made a cover to put over a light bulb.
We handed out flyers across the school.
Okay.
Alrighty. Slideshow.
So back to the graph.
Yep. Sorry about that.
Okay. So the chart shown is measured in billion lumen hours, and 1 lumen hour is the amount of light made by a lumen in 60 minutes. Due to LED lights, the rising of electricity went up by a lot. And candles weren't too popular because they could burn down wooden structures such as houses and cabins, I suppose. Now, gas lighting took a big plummet when electrical lights were invented because gas was needed in more important areas. Now, kerosene lighting was neither popular, which is great because kerosene lighting emitted lots of light, and still the total amount of light is rising day by day. This is a light pollution map that shows the different light levels in our area. Blue has the least amount of light, which is good. Green is better than yellow, red, orange, and white. Yellow is on the verge of bad. Orange is bad, red is terrible, and white is the worst. If you look at where we are on the map, we are in white, which is very bad. Since there is no light in the water, there is no light pollution there. This graph shows the different light levels in lumens. LED lights are about 717,000 hundredths of a lumen. Fluorescent lights equal out to a total of 1,829 thousandths of a lumen. Halogen lights are about 8,578 thousandths of a lumen. All of these were taken in CHC with our light meter.
Light pollution. All birds that migrate are distracted by the light because the birds use the moon to navigate through the sky, and they're distracted and sent to the cities. Moths, all insects, moths and all insects, but mostly moths, all of the insects are attracted to lights, and they can all go up to the lights, and then the humans just kill them all. So then the bugs their population starts decreasing. Sea turtles. I had no idea this was a thing, but sea turtle eggs, they're laid on the shore and the baby turtles walk toward the horizon. And the turtles think that our lights are the horizon and they walk towards our roads and get run over. Geckos are also attracted to light, same thing with the turtles. All animals that eat insects because the insects are being killed by the humans because they're getting too close to their lights. And 1,000 more species. There's a lot of them, and if I named them all, we'd probably be here all day. So the impacts of light pollution on animals are nocturnal animals, all nocturnal animals. Since they sleep during the day and are active at night, light pollution makes their nighttime environment light so that their prey can see them coming. And then the predators use the light to hunt, and the prey species use the darkness as the cover. But if there is no darkness, then the prey species get hunted to extinction. Sea turtles, they live in the ocean, but they hatch at night on the beach. If they hatch at night, then they just walk towards the road and they're run over. And then birds that migrate or hunt at night navigate by moonlight. And then the artificial light makes them hit the skyscrapers and die.
Causing terrible consequences.
Light pollution, impacts of light pollution on the human body. Light pollution disrupts human circadian rhythms, the cycles that the human body work on using sleep. Disruption of these cycles can lead to things such as insomnia, cancer, depression, and sometimes death. Light pollution can also disrupt melatonin levels, which controls your sleep cycles. Light pollution can also speed up your heart rate, causing heart diseases. And then bright points of light on the roadway lighting makes a problem known as disability glare, which makes the human move their eyes away from the light, and all that they can see is the light during that time. And because they can't see anything else, they don't see the car coming at them from behind, and it hits them.
This is our infographic. It shows people during the night.
These people are saying, I can't see the stars and I couldn't sleep last night because when the light goes up into the sky, it blads out the stars, and that's why you can't see them. And light pollution affects your sleeping cycles.
And it affects nocturnal activity. Now, the light stopper.
So our invention, the invention is the thing on the left. The thing on the right is a light bulb. And you take the light stopper on the left, you place it over a light bulb. So the light stopper can be made of plastics with an adhesive material on the inside so that it will stick to the light bulb and not fall off.
Yes, and it can come in all different types of sizes. So yes, like you said, the adhesive material makes it stick onto there. And now,
so this is how the
our next
invention
slide
works.
is based on how the invention will work.
So if you take a light bulb, you see that it takes light out in all different directions. So what we are doing is we're taking the light and we're making it come out in certain directions so that the light comes out, but in a certain way so that it doesn't dim the light, because the light that's coming out is able to fill in the gaps in between the holes where the light stopper has. So the light stopper is just a big plastic thing over it with holes in it so that the light can come out in certain places. So it's called fracturing the light. So if you fracture the light in a certain way, you're able to not dim the light, but you're able to still stop the amount of light coming out. And the difference between our invention, can you go back, please? The difference between our invention and a dimmer is a dimmer just dims the light. Our invention doesn't actually dim it. And then production costs for our invention, the equipment that manufactured it would probably cost $300 to manufacture it automatically. And the material costs to make said invention would be, because you can buy plastic very cheaply. If you take the plastic, it would take around $1 to make one light stopper, and we could sell them for $3 at a profit of $2 to buy more plastic to make more light stoppers.
Yes, and these would be non-flammable.
And it could not be flammable so that we don't start a fire. Any questions?
Are these reusable?
Yes. So if you put them over a light bulb, you can take them off of the light bulb and place them onto a different light bulb if your light bulb runs out.
So these simply put over a single bulb.
Yes. If you place it over a single bulb, and when that bulb runs out, you can take it off and put it onto your next bulb.
But we will manufacture them in all different sizes for all different kinds of lights.
We could, but except for mercury light bulbs, the swirly ones, because you can't poke the holes in the correct spots in a mercury light bulb.
But so you're saying that the actual size or the shape of this would differ based on the type of bulb?
Yes, it could vary.
It can vary in a size up to around 1 foot by 1 foot down to a size around 1 inch by 1 inch, based on your size of the light bulb.
So how much will it actually dim the light? Like, will people still be able to see, or is it something
will
where
not
they
dim it.
turn it off and on? Or
it won't dim it.
It will not dim it. So our difference is, the big difference was, the reason why people don't want to stop light pollution is because they don't want to put a dimmer on their light bulb. So we had to figure out how to stop the light without using a dimmer. So we had to use the holes in places where it won't dim the light, so that the light that's coming out will fill in the gaps where the light is not coming out.
But there'll still be enough light for people to
Yes.
It'll be the amount of light it already projects, but it's going to fracture it so that it doesn't emit too much, but it has.
Oops. So the light in the sky does not want to stick around, so it's going at the speed of light, but it's being replaced that quickly too. So if you reduce the amount of light that's coming out, then it won't be able to be replaced and therefore it'll be gone.
Okay. And
So
where
you
would you
should-
sell this product? Like,
I was thinking hardware stores because you could sell them in the light bulb section of hardware stores. And since they would be very cheap and eco-friendly, they probably would not have a very hard time selling because they're only $3 a bulb. And they're reusable.
So this adhesive that's on the light bulb, is it still going to make it able to be reusable if it has an adhesive on it? So how do you, because when the light is on, it gets hard. How do you
The
hold
adhesive
that?
material would have to be not flammable. It would probably have to be a type of glue that would not be engulfed in flame immediately. But so if you take it, you have to kind of like peel it off slowly. And since it's the light stopper is 2 halves, and you take the 2 halves and you put them over the light bulb so that you can peel them off and put them on your next light bulb. It's not like one big piece.
Another thing we could definitely look into using is Velcro, which is
Velcro
also
would work
a
nice
great
too.
option.
Velcro and adhesive materials were our 2 biggest options for those, and it would easily be peeled off and placed onto your new light bulb.
Yeah.
Do you have these that would work for street lights and outdoor lights as well?
That is our main target, the street lights and outdoor lights and lights inside. But yes, they would be for the lights inside, but also a lot of it would be for the street lights outside because that's where most of the light comes out.
You said that there's with the increase of LED lighting that it's increasing electricity. I thought LED lights decreased use of electricity.
So the LED light bulbs, it's keeping going up. The thing about it is they emit a lot of light, which is bad. So the light coming out is the problem, not the electricity being used.
Okay. And my other question was, what incentive will people have to use these?
I mean, if you have a relative that had, for example, cancer, it could have been because of light pollution, and you would want to stop other people from having it. Also, since it would not be very expensive, you would know that you would be helping the environment, and you wouldn't be spending that much money to do it, and it would be very low cost and very easy to do. It's mostly just the incentive in the human brain to help others.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
We could advertise them as well to spread more awareness.
Right. Any final questions from our panel of judges?
Not for me.
No.
All right. That's awesome. So, my friends, students are used to this. I'm going to send our judges into a breakout room so they can deliberate and decide the top project for tonight's event. I know, as if your heart wasn't beating enough as you were presenting and as you were preparing, I'm pretty sure that the next few minutes, all of our students, their heart rates are going to rise one more time as they know that the judges are going into a deliberation room. Give me just a minute, my friends. Let me get you all set up. There we go. Whoops. All right, with the technical difficulties again, give me just one moment, my friends. There we go. We had it all ready to go, and then it decided to fight back. All right, so we're gonna send Miss Zistros, Mr. Coritis, Mr. Janashkali, Mr. Atherton, Mr. Dudley, and Miss Patrick. We're going to send them in just a minute. You're gonna see that little button pop up to send you off to your breakout room. There we go. We're gonna wait just a moment for our amazing judges to get to their breakout room. And then, my friends, I have some amazing messages to read to you from the live feed on YouTube. All right, looks like judges are off in their breakout rooms. So students first, before I read all of the messages that I'm seeing come in on the YouTube live stream, I want to say again how incredibly proud of you guys I am. I'm so proud. You worked so incredibly hard, and I'm trying. I didn't think that on a live stream I would get teary, but here I am. So if you see tears, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. I'm super proud of you guys. This was a huge project. I told you on January 2nd when we started that it was going to be really hard, and but I knew you could do it, and you did, and here you are. Super amazing. You fought through our transition into remote learning. This is already a difficult project, and you had to face phenomenal adversity in in this type of project. But on top of all of that, we had this crazy transition into remote learning, which has been an adventure in its own, but you guys kept going, and here we are. And I know that there was never a doubt in my mind that you guys were going to do an amazing job. Even with our transition into remote learning, I never had a doubt in my mind that I was going to make this event happen no matter what. I know as soon as we went to remote learning, I started getting emails from some of you saying, oh my gosh, what about Dolphin Tank? Are we going to do it? And the answer is absolutely. I was going to find a way. No matter what it took, we were going to do it. So thank you. I am so proud of you. And I'm going to go read other people's awesome compliments for you because I need to not cry live here on YouTube. So proud of you guys. All right, so these amazing people are here to see you. I know your families are watching. We have some great messages. Good luck, everyone. Best of luck to everyone. This is right before we started. We had all the good lucks from the Sharp family, the Cho family. Who else do we see there? Oh, Miss Anderson, Miss Kennison, Miss Hannah, Miss Elliott, Miss Mulkey, and Leah is there too. Ms. Zetterval is here saying thank you to the judges. Yeah. Who else is here? Let's see. Miss Kennison is there. One of my friends, actually, Miss Deer, she is a teacher in Chesapeake. She came in because she knew you guys were doing geo-inquiry, and she wanted to see your amazing projects. And she said she was very glad to see you guys using the geo-inquiry process to solve local issues, especially plastic pollution. Lots of great job, everyone. AJ looking very sharp in the bow tie from Miss Elliott. Miss Elliott's very impressed with all of you, and so is Miss Shemaine. Miss Shemaine's here. That's so awesome. Everyone's reassuring you guys that technical difficulties totally happen, and you guys were awesome fighting right through that, and you just kept going. Super great. Sharp cookies. Miss Anderson doesn't want to be a judge on this because she knows how amazing you guys are, and she was tuning in. She saw these awesome projects. The Sharp family said, so proud of all of you. Miss Kennison, great job, everyone. Miss Balcom is here, and she said she's proud of you guys as well. Leah said, good job, everyone. Miss Zetterval said, you guys are very professional, which we knew, but you proved it once more here. Miss Zetterval said she's impressed with how eloquently you all answered the questions, and that very true. You were quick on your feet. Miss Kennison said, wow, because you guys are amazing, which we knew, but it's always nice to hear that from other people. Depth of research. Miss Anderson was very impressed with the depth of the research that you guys were able to complete. Ms. Zetterval said, I'm calm under pressure. Maybe, maybe I just cry. Miss Hannah, thanks for all the effort researching. That's for you, students. You've done a wonderful job. Thanks to Mrs. Schnexer, the judges, grade 5 teachers, and parents for all of your support. That's true. Ms. Zetterval, thank you to Becky. Oh, Miss Rice is here. What a tremendous undertaking. Well delivered, 5th grade. Mr. Stahl said he's very proud of you. Leah Mulkey said you all did amazing. Oh, the Bear family, Skylar's family said so proud of all of these 5th graders. And again, guys, you're amazing. So amazing. Let me just check in on our judges. They're still deliberating. All right. Well, if it wasn't enough to see me cry here live on YouTube, I wanted to tell you that all of my friends that made it to this round of Dolphin Tank, I have a traditional gift that I give to you. I know every year everyone asks, what do we get if we go to Dolphin Tank? What's in it for us? And other than a little pat on the back and this year remote high fives and remote hugs, everyone who made it tonight gets a very, very special gift from me. And this gift is an invention that was created actually by mistake in 1943. It's actually known to most of us as a toy, and chances are a lot of the adults that are tuning in, or your parents or your families or older siblings, and maybe even you guys, current fifth graders, have one of these toys, but its story is fascinating. And I think when I'm telling the story, you'll understand why this is my traditional gift to all of you. A mechanical engineer by the name of Richard James was working on a project. So all inventions are created to solve a problem, right? The inventions you guys proposed are to solve an environmental issue. Well, this mechanical engineer, Richard James, was working on this problem. When you ship materials on container ships, the really large ships in the ocean, right? Ocean currents and ocean waves are gonna rock the boat or rock the ship. And that can be dangerous. If you have cargo that's fragile, or if you have really expensive equipment that you don't want ending up in salt water, it can be dangerous to ship things across the ocean. So his job, he was tasked with coming up with a way to make a spring, a very solid yet permeable spring that would go under containers that are on ships that kind of held them steady. So as the ship rocks, the actual cargo wouldn't. The spring would move like this and keep that cargo nice and safe and level on the ship. Well, he had a ton of prototypes, like you guys made prototypes, lots of different tests, and he had them all over his desk. And he accidentally knocked a bunch of them off his desk. And one of his prototypes ended up moving like an inchworm almost down the side of his desk and eventually on the floor. And he looked at it and he was like, oh my gosh, that was a failure, but how cool is that? That is gonna be a toy. And that toy is actually what we know today as a slinky. It's the most simple thing, but really cool to watch. But that was originally supposed to be a solution for container ships, but it ended up being a mistake. But then that mistake turned out to be one of the best-selling toys in the history of toys. In 2000, it was put in the Hall of Fame of toys, which I think is super, super interesting. But all of you are going to be getting one of those. It was put in the Hall of Fame of toys, which I think is super, super interesting. All of you are going to be getting one of those. Muted. Oh goodness, I was muted. I'm so sorry. So I'm sure that you were reading my lips there. So we've just brought all of our judges back, and in just a moment, I will hand the mic over to them to crown our winner for Dolphin Tank. But all of our participants tonight, all inventors, all environmental scientists that were here tonight will get a slinky, which I told you the story about, but also the top team. Oh no. Uh-oh, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Okay, there we go. I think it's just a little bit laggy. Okay, so all the top team tonight is also going to get an additional gift. I am going to be 3D printing you a trophy that you can have. And this year I've changed the design. So I've been designing as well and prototyping and failing a lot. But eventually I'm gonna get the best design for you. But that little 3D printed trophy is going to say Dolphin Tank 2020 on it. And all of you All of you will get one of those. Everyone tonight will also, I forgot the second traditional gift that I always give to my participants. You're going to get a sketchbook. And that sketchbook is meant for you to hold all of your amazing ideas, because I think our audience online will agree with me when I say that you guys are amazing. You have some amazing ideas. And maybe they're not engineering ideas. Maybe they're ideas about something else, or just your thoughts. Or maybe you're a sketcher. Maybe you have some things that you need to draw out. So all of you will get a sketchbook. You'll also get a Slinky, and then the top team will get an official 2020 Dolphin Tank trophy that I have designed myself, and I will 3D print on the school's 3D printer just for you. So I've talked a whole lot, and I'm sure that you guys are tired of listening to Mrs. Schneckster, especially now that you see the wonderful judges back. You would like to hear from them, I am sure. So my lovely judges, I would love for one of you to take the stage here on YouTube and crown our winner. Maybe we might have some technical difficulties. Give me just one moment, my friends. Let's see. Oh, you guys, oh, you might be stuck on mute. Hold on. All those technical difficulties, it's always just so fun. I'm going to allow you to unmute yourself. So I apologize, my judges. There you go.
Well, I'm not the best chair of this. I try and be the best chair for our board, but listen, I want to applaud you all. Did a fantastic job. The variety of interests, from light pollution, which you don't hear a whole lot about, to specific balloon pollution, to sort of a general approach to how to manage some of the pollution items, to these ghost nets, which I'd never heard of. I mean, certainly you hear about the netting that fishermen use. So phenomenal topics, great research. You obviously spent a lot of time, which I applaud you all. It's a difficult decision. We had to deliberate quite a bit, but we are all in agreement that we feel that the Please the Seas, the number one, was our winner. Congratulations.
That's amazing. If you are on the Please the Seas group, can you unmute yourself for just a moment? Let's see. Yes, that was Kelly, Ava, and Gloria. Is that right? Congratulations, ladies. And Tom, thank you so much for your articulation of things that I'm trying to say, and I feel like I'm not articulating myself very well. You guys all totally rock, and a big congratulations to Kelly, Ava, and Gloria. You guys are fantastic. You'll soon get that 3D printed trophy. To my panel of judges, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys didn't get to see the tears. Usually they're sitting right in front, and so they get to see me and hear me babble on. But when you guys were in the breakout room, I told everyone, I was like, I didn't think I was going to cry this time, but because you're not here, like I'm totally going to hold it together. But no, the tears came. But I appreciate you guys so much. I wouldn't be able to pull off this event without so many people. The entire 5th grade, the students and the teachers, with Mrs. Hannah, with Dr. Guerin, Kim Johnson, who teaches upper school science. She's actually one of the people who helped me kind of craft this idea based off of Shark Tank. But we're Cape Henry Dolphins, so we have Dolphin Tank. And of course, we wouldn't be able to do this without my amazing judges. So thank you so much. I hope that next year, 2021, my panel of judges will be back and be super excited. And then my 5th graders, you guys can come back as 6th graders and you'll know what this experience is all about. So everyone, all of you tuning in at home, thank you. The families of these fantastic inventors and environmental scientists, you guys rock. feedback. I know that you supported these students as well. You support me, and I am very, very grateful. So I'm going to unmute everybody. We can all have a nice Miss America type goodbye to our online audience. So you may unmute yourself.
Becky, we appreciate you, and we appreciate all of your efforts and those there for all of our faculty and staff and administration there. They do a great job. This is a phenomenal thing that you've done now 5 years running. And I can't speak for everyone, but I think I do when I say we're all very excited for next year. And again, we appreciate each and every one of the students' efforts, tonight and over the obviously weeks leading up to this. They did a phenomenal job. Thank you again for allowing us to participate.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome job.
Awesome, guys.
Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you, judges.
Great job, everyone.